Hey, Benjamin Lawsky, how you doing? Rudkowski, WRC. Just a few questions. I was wondering, where do you see the future of government and cryptocurrencies going?
Look, I think there is going to be a future. We're going to, walk together, I think, somewhat, both the regulators and the world of cryptocurrency going forward. So it's just going to be a question of how we do that and how we come up with smart, balanced regulation. Cryptocurrencies hold a lot of promise for the future for a lot of people, but at the same time, they also have a lot of potential dangers, and we're not going to let it be a place where there's going to be massive amounts of money laundering going on. The stakes are just too high. At the same time, that doesn't mean we just say it can't exist and we're going to stamp it out. We want to create a world where we have innovation, where we have improvements, where the best of what digital currencies can offer come out.
Can you talk about some of the possible options of regulations? What are some of the ideas that are being thrown around?
Look, I think there's two main options. One is, do we just tinker around the edges with our existing regulations, or do we need a wholesale and sometimes fresh look at our regulations to have them adapted to the specific needs of the digital currency world? And I think what we're finding is we have regulations that were drafted 150 years ago, and certainly no one at the time had even a glimmer of a thought of an internet, let alone digital currency. So the question is whether those regs are so outmoded and so outdated when it comes to application to digital currencies that we need to do more of a wholesale change, and we'll have to figure that out.
Now, my last question is, with cryptocurrencies and encryption, a lot of people could hide their blockchains and their IDs and where the money's coming in and out of. How will the state tackle the internet community who's not open to these regulations, who's not open to the taxations, who are going to hide their traffic, and they're going to hide with encryption what they're doing with digital currencies?
Well, look, it's true in every field. It's not just digital currency. It's not just online. I mean, I think we have to deal with people who want to hide what they're doing, sometimes because they just like to be private, but other times because they're involved in illicit activities. And obviously, as a regulator, and this falls a little bit less to us and more to prosecutors, prosecutors need to know when the illicit activities are going on, where they're going on, who's committing them, and they'll do what it takes to find those out. So, we'll see how it all unfolds. I respect other people's privacy and people who want to have a little bit of secrecy surrounding what they're doing, but if they're engaged in things like money laundering, that's not going to happen.
It's a very fine line. So, thank you. Anything else you'd like to say? Nope. People have been moving towards electronic currencies like Bitcoin and moving away from the bankers, and I really wanted to get your honest opinion of what do you honestly think of these cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin?
They're not for me, and I could be 100% wrong.
You're out here, you were just on Bloomberg and Fox News just talking about Bitcoin. What are your predictions for Bitcoin? Should I buy? Like right now in this market, it's at its highest, it's $500. Should we buy? Should we leave it? What should we do? And